this is your idea of ladylike? You're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Since 2016, DIG Race Products has had a sole focus on Northeast dirt-modified shocks and suspension tuning. Located centrally in New York, DIG is the industry leader in at-track shock and setup support. This hands-on, at-the-track approach is what guides the design and development in delivering the highest quality shock absorbers to the dirt oval track market. Take your program to the next level and feel the difference on DIG.
Ready to unleash the full potential of your race engines? Look no further than BA Custom Headers. Trusted by top modified, late model, and sprint car race teams and engine builders across the U.S., our products deliver the performance and reliability you need to dominate the track. With a wide range of port configurations readily available and the ability to customize your unique requirements, don't settle for anything less than the best. Upgrade to BA Custom Headers today and experience the difference firsthand. Don't get left in the dust.
The Outlaws are heading to Smoky Mountain Speedway.
They're side by side for the lead down the front straightaway. Gets a big head of steam down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. It's going to be a dynamite finish. Slowing job on the final lap of this one. Oh, man, that was dynamite.
Blood in our hearts, dirt in our veins. Come see the World of Outlaws late models near you.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick-change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
This is a DIRTVision special presentation. The best drivers, the best coverage. It's time to watch the greatest shows on dirt on DIRTVision.
2 weeks down and 1 to go. The sprint car and modified portions of the 54th Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals are in the rearview mirror, leaving the late models and Super DIRTcar big block modifieds to send us into the final nights hunting gators down at Florida's Volusia Speedway Park. 11 straight, believe it or not, uninterrupted events at the world's fastest half mile have brought this DIRTcar Nationals to its 12th night of racing, coincidentally on the 12th day of February. From the DIRTVision studios, hello everyone, I'm Dave Reef. Welcome to our pre-race show. Now for the Beasts of the Northeast, the annual trip to Florida serves as the kickoff to the 2025 season. They will be joined by many of the country's best late model drivers, too numerous to mention, many which begin their season at racetracks across Florida and Georgia, taking part in the plethora of options that begin way back in mid-January. Well, tonight at Volusia Speedway Park, it's the third of a scheduled 6 races for the late models at the DIRTcar Nationals that are all about chasing one of racing's most unique trophies, the Gator. Now, while one would be good enough for many, well, Nick Hoffman kicked off the DCN Monday with his 25th Reptilian Award as he held off Ricky Thornton Jr. Well, less than 24 hours ago, RTJ returned serve, hopping Hoffman, topping Turbo, and taking over the Big Gator points lead.
Here come the late models off turn number 4. It's showtime! We are underway. A couple drivers off the pace there. A little bit of a ragged start, but we'll race down the back straight away. Tyler Erb in the 1 car going to show the way. It'll be Erb. Into turn number 3. Ricky Thornton Jr. down around the bottom. Side by side of the race lead. Turbo's going to lead the opening lap with a 1. Tyler Erb, Ricky Thornton Jr., Bobby Pierce. Pierce now to the inside of the 32. Pierce with a slider. Thornton going to trot across him over. Give beat Pete 32 second. Green we go. Again, it'll be Tyler Erb, your leader. Thornton able to take that second spot back away from Pierce. Here comes 49, here comes 76, here comes the 99, and the 97. Good 5-car battle right now for the third spot. Cody Overton trying to roll up in there, make it a 6-car battle. Will continue to beat Tyler Erb, your leader. And these guys all over the place early here in this one. It's Erb, Thornton, Pierce, 1, 2, 3, Davenport, and Overton, 4, 5. Tyler Erb opened up about a 7 or 8 of a second advantage. Thornton is now there. Here comes a 20RT. Ricky Thornton Jr. down to the inside. Tyler Erb around the outside. We're coming up on lap 11. Not quite to the halfway point here. We have a battle for the lead. Tyler Erb continues to lead by .022. Thornton might have just stolen it away that time by, and he did. Down the back straight away for the final time. White has been displayed to the field. Pierce going to try to rail the cushion. Bobby Pierce again to the outside of Tyler Erb. He might take second. Pierce now to the runner-up spot, but we're going to work to the checkered on turn number 4, your Tuesday night DIRTcar late model winners, Ricky Thornton Jr. and 20RT.
Back-to-back top 2 finishes. Ricky Thornton takes the overall points lead in the chase for the Big Alligator by 20 points over Jonathan Davenport. Hoffman started and finished 10th on the day. He falls back to 3rd place, 28 back. Bobby Pierce, Max Blair keep the leader inside of 40 points as we get set now for the final night of DIRTcar competition before World of Outlaw sanctioning takes over tomorrow. That Big Gator points race you're looking at right though, they will continue to count their points all the way through Saturday evening. You know, 3 weeks ago at the DIRTcar Sunshine Nationals, Ricky Thornton Jr. looked like anything other than a premier late model driver. One of the best in the world was simply fat with a pair of DNQs and a 19th place run. But many times it's moments like these that showcase the true mettle of what makes RTJ one of the late model candidates for GOAT. An overnight trip from Volusia to North Carolina back in January was an all-hands-on-deck effort to replace a wrecked car that got the Kohler Motorsports team back in the winner's circle quickly. It also quieted some of the armchair critics on social media. To say that this is a team that's gone through changes over the last year, well, that would be an understatement. Numerous crew chief and personnel changes would be enough to slow most teams down. But in taking a more hands-on approach at Kohler Motorsports, Ricky is starting to look a lot more like his former self, which could mean bad news for the rest of his late model competitors, especially after last night's master class performance.
I feel really good, actually. We came to Sunshine and I struggled pretty bad. We kind of went back to some older stuff that we've ran years previous and picked up a lot of speed. I feel like we finally got a car that's maneuverable. That's kind of the biggest thing here at the Aero being so bad. Felt like Monday night, Nick was definitely better than I was. I got close to him once in traffic, but it was just circumstances. Other than that, I felt like we probably had about the best car last night. Wasn't quite as good early in the night as I felt like I needed to be qualifying-wise, but we had a really good heat race that made up for it. So I feel like this car's been really good. Everyone at Kohler Motorsports has been really good, working their butts off. I gave them a lot to work on speed weeks, and they haven't batted an eye at it. So overall, it's been really good. Kind of wait and see how tonight goes. Obviously, with 3 features tonight, it'll be a little bit different, and just kind of wait and see. And it'd be nice to have really good speed and end our speed weeks on a high note.
I think it's a safe bet. We should assume that Nick Hoffman, has taken note on what Ricky Thornton Jr. did last night. But truth be told, he's pretty sharp about everything that's going on in the racing world. As a broadcaster, he's developed a short, candid, and honest approach on any and all subjects. Reason enough that if you haven't, well, you should check him out on DIRTVision Pitbull. Now, gratuitous plug aside, he's probably calling himself out after turning his 25th career Gator win in the DIRTcar Nationals late model opener into a 10th place finish last night. But trust me, Nick is an eats, sleeps, and breathes racing kind of guy. Many times with an eye on where he wants his program to be down the road. Well, debuting a second car this week, it couldn't have gone any better until it didn't on Tuesday. No need for me to speculate on what went wrong or how to fix it when it can come straight from the horse's mouth.
Confident in both my race cars, but this one started off as just make sure nothing was wrong with it, and obviously it was really good. I won the first night, which typically never happens, so didn't have any issues. Just a testament to these guys and putting these things together and making sure all my ducks are in a row. So it was a great first night. Then last night just ended up breaking a left rear lower rod. Is kind of a situation of probably a little bit of my fault of not having the correct one on, the correct pieces. and it ended up being a parts failure. So it's just part of it. So going forward, I would say we'll probably run this car the rest of the week. It'd be kind of stupid to change it now. I feel like last night, if that doesn't happen, I'm realistically like a 4th place car, and then ended up still finishing 10th. So still happy with how we ran last night, and going forward, I feel like this is a car we'll stick with for the rest of the week.
Now, while the DIRTcar Late Models are on their 3rd night of racing, the DIRTcar Nationals party is just beginning for the Beasts of the Northeast, the Super DIRTcar Series Big Block Modifieds. Led by defending Series and Big Gator champion Matt Williamson, there are 4 nights of non-points action on the card now through the end of the week. Even though there are no season points on the line, the bragging rights for the Big Gator Championship is as we could possibly see history made by Money Matt in multiple ways this week. Now, accomplishing his 2nd Super DIRTcar Championship last season after an incredible campaign, you can say that Williamson saw that speed was born in Florida. Now, over the last 2 years, no one has had control over the world's fastest half mile, quite like the St. Catharines, Ontario driver. 3 wins in 6 races, numbers good enough for back-to-back DIRTcar Nationals points championships. Shot won at making history. Since the inception of the Big Gator, only one driver across all divisions has won the trophy 3 seasons in a row, part of Nick Hoffman's dominant run from 16 through 22. Well, should Money Matt become the 2nd to accomplish the three-peat, he would add yet another footnote in becoming the 1st from the big blocks. The champ likes the program he's brought into Volusia this year.
We've been really good here the last couple of years. Last year I didn't think we were as good as we were the year previous, but we built up such a notebook that I think that we're smart enough now to figure out what we need to do to unload fast, and hopefully, like we said, at the end of the week, we can chase that Big Gator. I feel like we did a lot of planning over the winter, a lot of testing on the way down, and we really put our heads together to try and unload fast this year. So hopefully we can replicate the success we had last year. If not, maybe be a little better. We'll see. I actually said to the guys rolling in, I'm like, this is my favorite race week. I mean, as cool as Oswego is, and all the other events we do throughout the week, you don't get the nightlife and the sun and the weather like we do at DIRTcar Nationals. It's a lot of fun coming down here, and when the weather's good like it is this year, it's just it's extra special. And the good thing down here too is we get to chase 4 wins. It's not just Oswego where you go down there all week, and if you don't win, it kind of sucks. Only one guy goes home happy. So down here it seems like there's going to be a few people going home happy, and you get to kind of celebrate each night.
One additional footnote about a potential Williamson trio of titles: he could also equal Larry White with the most in the big block class. But fair reporting, it is Lightning Larry that did have the first shot at the three-peat after going back-to-back in 2019 and 2020. Max McLaughlin ending that with the 2021 Big Gator. A DC and champions list with 9 total drivers as of this date. 1 has 3, 3 have multiples, leaving 6 in the standalone category. Now, while the headlines might be all about Williamson, lightning can strike twice, and if it does, well, you will notice. Already with the most Gator championships in the class, one thing that Larry White always has with him in the Sunshine State is speed to spare, suggesting that it's just the little details that keep his career numbers from being even better. Larry White, Matt Williamson, they're going to go head-to-head against each other. Well, of course, Williamson is going to try to beat that title, but when it comes to Larry White, he will try to find the Volusia success he's used to having. Lightning Larry won the 4th ever Big Gator back in 2015 thanks to a string of consistent finishes. 2019 is when he finally cracked the code with a victory at Volusia, coupled with a pair of second-place finishes. That gave him the 2nd of his Big Gator points titles, the DIRTcar Nationals. A year later, 2020, Lightning struck more than twice in the same place, 3 times in 5 races, easily enough to claim his 3rd DIRTcar Nationals points title. Well, since that magical year, White has not been able to win at Volusia, but it looked like he was on his way to doing so last year on Friday night. White finding his way up from 7th, and after leading several laps, he tapped the wall and barrel rolled in turns 1 and 2. Certainly a disappointing way to end an exciting run. But what that has done, though, is left Larry motivated to get the storm back down in the Sunshine State and make that lightning strike once again.
I feel real good. Last week we were over All Tech and we were qualifying really well. Just need to get a little bit better come feature time, but run the same car, just swapped engines, and looks like this year the track's going to be a little bit different, and we just got to stay on top of it and watch it and put some feelers out with some of these late model guys, get some feedback on how it's been wearing tires and whatnot. So we've been coming down here for years, run late models, and kind of feel comfortable here, and being the first race of the year, some of these guys haven't run anything yet. We got a little bit of a trial run last week with the all-tech races, so you don't have to win every night, but you got to be in the podium every night to make it happen. And Stu, Shepard, these guys are on point. Williamson, we just got to, if we're not going to beat them, we got to be right on their coattails every night to try and capitalize on one of their mistakes.
The Super DIRTcar Series opener, night number 3 with the DIRTcar UMP late models. It's time to continue our pre-race buildup from the world's fastest half mile. As Mike Warren makes his debut with the big blocks tonight, Chris Steppenbach with the call on the late models on the ground. 2 of DIRTVision's finest as Ashton Smythe joins Hannah Newhouse next from the world's fastest half mile.
Welcome back here to Volusia Speedway Park for what seems like the 3rd week of racing here for DIRTcar Nationals. I'm Hannah Newhouse, joined by Ashton Smythe, and it's crazy to think many racers have called this place home for the last couple weeks. It started about 2.5, 3 weeks ago with 360 sprint cars with ASCS. We had, of course, the modifieds here. Then it turned into modified and sprint car week. We had the DIRTcar UMP modifieds joined by the World of Outlaw and Nostra Drink sprint cars. And now we are in late model and big block territory. Monday and Tuesday's portion, as you saw with Dave Reef, an exciting night that had USAC sprint car here as well. One more night of DIRTcar late model racing before the World of Outlaws takeover, but tonight joined in the Super DIRTcar Series for the first time in 2025. And Ashton, we could not ask for better weather when it comes down to it. A lot of folks coming from the Northeast, traveling from all over the country, and we have beautiful Florida weather here for February.
Yeah, we've seen great weather all past the past 3 weeks. 83 degrees here today, 6% chance of rain, 6 mile per hour wind. The sun is out and shining, and like I said, a lot of these big block drivers coming down from the Northeast, it's snowing up there, so they're enjoying this nice Florida weather.
Yeah, always nice when you have to break out your summer clothes in February and go back and find them in storage. But again, if you joined us here on Monday and Tuesday, you saw Nick Hoffman take the DIRTcar win there and then followed up with RTJ last night. But tonight, a little bit of a different format. So let's talk about some of those late model points and those things to watch. Speed Weeks is no longer a week or two. It's basically Speed Months that starts in mid to early January, runs all the way through the month of February, and there is racing just about every night during that time period. And with that comes the attrition and the wear and tear on both the drivers and their equipment. There's really not a lot of time for a reset. We saw drivers like Carson Ferguson elect to not run Monday's DIRTcar event. They sent a team back up to North Carolina to build a brand new race car, put it on an open trailer, haul it down to Florida, and they're going to try that car here this evening, hopefully get everything dialed in before Outlaw racing starts tomorrow. Drivers like Brian Shirley, I'm sure at this point, are just ready for Speed Weeks to be over. He's had an up and down past couple weeks, was very happy with that top 10 run that they had last night. And that's just saying a lot, because Brian Shirley's a top 3, top 5 driver. And when you've just had the hard knock luck that they've had, they were just glad to get that program rolling again. And there's been some drivers that have had that bad luck and that good luck, but there's still 4 nights of racing left here at Volusia. Time for anyone's luck to turn either directions. And the second part of the point to watch is a little bit of a different format than if you watched with us on Monday or Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday we had a regular ran event with qualifying, heat races, the transfers in, and then of course the feature events. But tonight, our late model drivers all went to pill draw. How they pill draw, split them in between 3 separate groups. Those groups will go out individually, qualify within their groups, and then they line straight up for their feature event. We'll run 3 DIRTcar late model feature events, all which go towards the Gator points that of course are going to continue to accumulate later in the week with the World of Outlaw late model points. So a little bit of a different format here this evening to end DIRTcar late model racing, but nonetheless 3 separate features, and it's nice when you get to race potentially in your feature and get a 1-up on Gator points if you maybe have a hard field in another group for the feature. But late models, of course, not the only ones on the racetrack. Super DIRTcar Series Ashton joins us. For many of these drivers, it is the first time in 2025 they are hitting the racetrack, and they look a little bit more refreshed than some of our late model drivers do.
Yeah, 100%, but it's not the first time that Speed Weeks have kicked off here at Volusia. It's always been a place that a lot of these guys from the Northeast come down, and one of those drivers who's hoping to have better luck here at Volusia Speedway Park, Anthony Parego. So he came down last week and raced at All Tech Raceway. Like we saw a few of our big block drivers come down, also joined by the 358 modifieds. We saw the small block drivers as well last week. Anthony Parego did not have the week he was looking for at all. Had some motor issues all week, ended up in the last chance showdown, had some damage to that race car, back in a different car tonight after they fixed it from those problems earlier on in the week and hoping to have a better week here at Volusia, a place that he's proven to run really good at in the past. Now, last year in 2024 DIRTcar Nationals, Anthony Borrego picked up 3 top 5 finishes and a second place run, hoping to cap it off with a win here this year. But not only that, closing out his 2024 season, he picked up the last Super DIRTcar Series win at the dirt track at Charlotte back in November at World Finals. So he's hoping to carry that momentum off of picking up that win right at the end of the season into 2025. We caught up with him earlier on about what he's expecting this week at Volusia and how he rebounded from earlier rough start to Speed Weeks.
Lost the motor in practice last week, and we ended up breaking out our big block the next night, and thankfully we did. The water pump ended up blowing the gaskets out, and we had water everywhere, so we missed our qualifying event and ended up in the different heat race. Thank God they did that for us, and we started in the back and missed qualifying by 1 spot, went to the Consi, we won the Consi, and then in the feature, I think it was like lap 2, guys spun out, running mid-pack. I never seen him, and we blasted him, and we had this thing all banged up. You know, looking forward here at Volusia, like you said, we were really good last year. Obviously at Charlotte, we had 3 really good nights there, so hopefully the momentum's carried over here to Volusia, and we can get the job done. I came here when I was really young with Gary Mann's stuff, and we had some success, and then obviously last year came back with Vinny's stuff, and we had 2 seconds in the 5th, so hopefully tonight we can keep the ball rolling like we did last year, and hopefully do 1 spot better and get a victory.
The Ant-Man and the number 4 team hoping to cap off their Speed Weeks here at Volusia Speedway Park with a better run. And, you know, he's proven the speed here at Volusia, so keep your eye on that number 4 car. Now, moving into tonight, although it's not a Super DIRTcar Series paying points event, all eyes are on here at Volusia Speedway Park. This is the first time in 2025 we've seen all of these guys together. So everyone from the Northeast has all eyes set down here to see how these guys are going to stack up against each other moving into 2024. We had team changes, we had different car changes, lots of different moving and shaking around with the Big Block Series. So keep your eye on how these drivers stack up against each other here tonight. Now, Hannah, first night for the Big Blocks. We've seen some great racing out of the late models so far. Getting ready to roll out on the track. Looking forward to another great night of racing.
Yeah, we've got the late models on the track right now, just packing it in. They're getting ready to go for hot laps here shortly, and then we'll roll into the regular program events. And when it comes to the Super DIRTcar Series, I'm sure there's going to be some that are going to leave Volusia and wish that it was part of the 2025 points, and then there are going to be others that are like, hey, leave Volusia as Volusia. But nonetheless, I'm Hannah Newhouse, Ashton Smythe. We're going to head down to the infield. We will keep you guys covered on everything from talking to your winners, your podium, and what is going on behind the scenes. But 2 guys that have one of the best views in racing, that's the voice of each respective series. Chris Steppen with the DIRTcar Late Models, and one guy who is very excited to get back on the mic for the first time in 2025. That is the voice of the Super DIRTcar Series, Mike Warren. But Chris, we'll start with you. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful Wednesday here in Florida. Another night of DIRTcar Late Model racing getting ready to take to the racetrack.
All right, Hannah, thank you. Glad to have you with us. It's been a long 2.5 weeks here at Volusia. We are wrapping up week number 3 here at the DIRTcar Nationals. 61 DIRTcar Super Late Models will roll in tonight. Mike Warren, first night for you tonight. 40, what'd you tell me, 3 entries. Great field for the Super DIRTcar Series as well.
Great field, well represented, coming down from all across the Northeast. We have drivers representing Canada, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware as well, so going to be great to see them get going. But we got our first hot lap session going on in the Speedway for the late models, so Chris, we'll send it back to you.
Yes, sir. Here are the cars you'll see. Hot lap session 1 of 6 for the DIRTcar Super Late Models. Kyle Bronson, first driver you see on your screen, is out of Brandon, Florida. He's in that 40B car as he works down the back straightaway. Jimmy Owens right behind him. Jimmy out of Newport, Tennessee in that 20. Also on the racetrack, you'll find the 22. First night we've seen Daniel Hilsebeck this week. He's out of Earlham, Iowa in that red and white 22 cars. He'll compete with us for the first time. Right behind him, 25. That's Shane Clanton. Clanton out of Zebulon, Georgia, behind the wheel of the 25. Also rolling down the front straightaway, Dennis Erb Jr. is on the racetrack. He's out of Carpentersville, Illinois. Behind the wheel of the 28 car, there's Jason Riggs. Riggs on the racetrack. He comes to you out of College Grove, Tennessee. Behind the wheel of that 81 car. Also on the racetrack, you'll find the 000 car. That's Matt Naylor. Naylor out of Shermansdale, Pennsylvania, in the 000. He rolls down the front straightaway. Also on the racetrack, you'll find Reed Millard. Millard out of Jefferson City, Missouri. That black and red 14 car here into turn number 1. Stacy Bowles is with us. Bowles competed here Monday night, took last night off. He's back behind the wheel of his 11 car, the driver to Clinton, Tennessee. Last night's winner, Ricky Thornton Jr. is on the racetrack as well. He's out of Chandler, Arizona, rolling down the back straightaway in that 20 RT. And Boom Briggs on the racetrack as well. He's at Bear Lake, Pennsylvania in the 99. We also got Max Blair on the Speedway. First hot lap session. Max out of Centerville, Pennsylvania, of course, in of the 111. Drivers just trying to roll this racetrack in. Track record here at Volusia, 15.100. Fastest lap so far, 20.096. A little way to go here to get towards track record speed, about 5 seconds or so off of it. But they're just trying to roll this thing in. We've got 6 hot lap sessions for the late models to burn the racetrack in. Caution coming out, hot lap session number 1. Jimmy Owens the fastest in that opening hot lap session for the moment here. We'll let these guys widen this racetrack out. Of course, they want to continue to work up the groove, make sure we can get this thing wider and wider and wider through hot laps tonight. Of course, Nick Hoffman, the winner here on Monday night, as Hannah mentioned. Ricky Thornton Jr. got the win last night. 3 features tonight for the late models. A little different format on Wednesday night as we've done the last couple of years. Hannah mentioned this in the open. Drivers drew for position. They will qualify amongst their feature, and we'll run 3 20-lap features tonight for the DIRTcar late models. Looks like the next group rolling off the infield. First driver you should see working down the back straightaway. He'll enter turn number 3 or underneath that Hillbilly Hilton. It's Carson Ferguson, driver out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. We haven't seen Carson yet this week. Car's been unloaded every night, but we have not seen him in competition here in 2025 yet as he works off turn number 4. Going to come rolling around the racetrack here as he works into turn number 1 in the 93. Other cars on the racetrack underneath the flag stand, the 97 car. That'll be Kate Dillard, Kate out of Roboline, Louisiana. He's rolling off the infield in that 97 car. Continuing to widen the racetrack out here between hot lap sessions. Also new to the racetracks, the 12 car. It's Ashton Winger. Winger out of Hampton, Georgia, off turn number 2 in the white number 12. He's rolling underneath the DIRTVision scoreboard there in the middle of the back straightaway. Jordan Kohler on the racetrack as well. Kohler out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, in that 114 car. So he works into turn number 3. Other cars we see helping roll this thing in. The 18D, Dalton Wilson is there. Dalton out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's behind the wheel of that 18D car right through the middle of turns 1 and 2. A couple of 17 cars side by side in turn 3 and 4 right now. The blue one, that's Brendan Smith. Brendan out of Dade City, Florida, in the 17 SS cars. He works underneath the flag stand, and the 17Z right behind him, that's Seth Zacharias. Zacharias out of Vestal, New York, in 17Z. Looks like there's the cars that have made their way onto the racetrack. They will stay out there. Group 1 is going to exit back down onto the infield, and we'll get hot lap session number 2 underway. $51 cars here on Monday night, 55 last night, 61 competitors on this Wednesday night. Final night for the DIRTcar late models. Of course, World of Outlaws late models will roll in here tomorrow night. Caution lights will be ready to go down around the racetrack, and we'll let these guys rip around. Hot lap session number 2. Green flag out, hot lap session number 2 for the DIRTcar late models. Again, Jimmy Owens, right about 20 seconds. He was the fastest in hot lap session number 1. We'll see if speeds begin to pick up. Of course, they do. We're underneath 19 seconds already. Hot lap session number 2, continuing to bring the lap times down, 18-0. We shaved about 2 seconds off here in this hot lap session from hot lap session 1 to 2. Carson Ferguson right now, 18.058. That is the fastest lap. Not anymore. Drake Troutman will be the first driver to go under 18 seconds. Troutman 17.961, fastest lap of the night so far. Checkered flags coming out here in hot lap session number 2. Drake Troutman 17.961, the fastest lap in hot lap session number 2. There you see Drake Troutman on your screen. Brick House Tavern, Victory Circle Auto Sales and Gambler Transport 22 for G.R. Smith. Hot lap session 1 rolling back onto the racing surface. Now the racetrack in a little bit more raceable shape. We'll let those guys get back up to speed here in session number 3. Again, Dan Hilsebeck has not competed here yet this week. That car's been unloaded a couple of days, but sitting out the first 2 nights. Heirloom Iowa racer. He will roll down the front straightaway. He'll be the first driver to come underneath the flag stand here in this hot lap session. Jimmy Owens back onto the racetrack, as is the 28 Dennis Erb Jr. Jason Riggs back out there in turn number 4. Boom Briggs is there as well. Back on track's the 111 car of Max Blair. Stacy Bowles back onto the racetrack in the 11 car. 25 of Shane Clanton back out there. Matt Naylor back out there as well. So everybody out there from group number 1, giving them a second chance here to hot lap. Green flag coming back out here. Hot lap session number 3 gets set to come back to the racing surface. These guys will speed around here for a couple of laps. See if anybody can go faster than Drake Troutman, 17.961. Hilsebeck's 22, slow rolling here down the front straightaway off the pace. Not sure the situation there for Dan Hilsebeck. Everybody else up to full speed. Shane Clanton will turn the fastest lap in that group with a 17.273. Several drivers underneath that 18-second barrier now. Clanton, Erb, Owens, Bowles, and Troutman. Looks like Dan Hilsebeck might need some assistance getting up that hill here in the middle of the back straightaway, as he is not under power. That Banning Chiropractic Capital race car for Dan Hilsebeck. Hot lap session number 2 back onto the racetrack for their second opportunity here. Now that the racetrack is ready to go, we will hot lap sessions 3, 4, 5, and 6 coming up after this. $17.2 right now for Shane Clanton, the fastest lap in hot laps early here tonight. Hot lap session group number 2 was back out there. Cade Dillard underneath 17 seconds. In fact, Cade, Brendan Smith, Kyle Bronson, Carson Ferguson, and Ashton Winger all underneath 17 seconds. 16.661 for Cade Dillard. Fastest lap of the night so far. First driver out in the next group will be Devin Moran, driver out of Dresden, Ohio, in that 99 car as he works his way through turns 1 and 2. Brandon Shepard right behind him, driver out of New Berlin, Illinois, in the 1 car as he rolls up on the cushion here in 1 and 2. Also on the racing surface as we continue to roll around, Jonathan Davenport in the 49, driver out of Blairsville, Georgia, for in turn number 2. Ethan Dotson, next driver you'll see over in turn number 2 in that 74X, driver out of Bakersfield, California. Right to his inside will be Chris Madden, driver out of Great Court, South Carolina, in the 44. Over in turn number 2, the 19R, Ryan Gustin on the racetrack. He's at Marshalltown, Iowa. In that 19R car, right behind him will be Brian Shirley, driver out of Chatham, Illinois, in the 3S car, down the back straightaway. Also on the racetrack, super late model rookie Michael Leach. Leach out of Sun River, Montana, in the 09. Down the back straightaway he goes. See who else snuck onto the racing service. 75 of Daniel Adam is there. Adam out of Peru, Illinois, the white, black, and blue number 75. Looks like Chris Madden has rolled his way down into the work zone. Everybody else trying to get up to speed here. Last car on the racetrack's Dustin Walker. We have not seen Dustin Walker yet this week in that 14W car, driver out of Polk, Missouri. Everybody trying to get to a 16.661 here in hot laps. Cade Dillard continues to hold that top spot in the 97. Checkered flags coming out. Hot lap session for group number 3 to the checkered. Ryan Gustin, 16.065 for the Reaper. Devin Moran, 16.111. Michael Leach, 16.229. Jonathan Davenport, 16.296. Ethan Dotson, 16.388. So right now it is Ryan Gustin just shy of that 16-second barrier, 16.065. Rest of qualifying feature group number 2 rolling down the front straightaway. First driver out will be Dustin Sorensen, driver out of Rochester, Minnesota, in that 19 car. He'll work his way down the front straightaway, that white and blue Longhorn number 19. Right behind him, you'll find Tyler Erb, turbo out of New Waverly, Texas, in the 1. Good podium run for him last night. Third place finish here a day ago for the Texan. Also on the racetrack's 49, it'll be Jake Tim, driver of Winona, Minnesota, in that 49 car. Tyler Bruning on the racetrack as well. Tyler out of Decorah, Iowa, in the 16s. He works off of turn number 2 in that gold 16 ride for Tyler Bruning. Right behind him, you'll find Chase Younghands. Younghands out of Manhattan, Kansas, in the 18. Down the back straight away. Chris Madden back onto the racing surface here in the 44. Driver out of Gray Court, South Carolina. Mike Marlar on the racetrack as well. He's out of Winfield, Tennessee, in the 157. Bobby Pierce on the racetrack as well. He's out of Oakwood, Illinois, in 32. Last couple of cars here down the back straight away. Michael Norris behind the wheel of the 57 again tonight. He's out of Sarver, Pennsylvania, in that Matt Tift Motorsports 57 car. Michael Chilton on the racetrack as well. Chilton out of Salvisa, Kentucky, behind the wheel of the 6. And Trey Mills will be the final driver on the racetrack. He's out of St. Augustine, Florida, in 59. Quick green to checkered session here. Group number 4, still Ryan Gustin, 16065, 16065. Mike Marlar to the second spot here, fastest in that group in the 157, 16066. So it's Gustin, Marlar, Moran, Michael Leach, and Jonathan Davenport. There's the top 5 right now. We got a couple more hot lap sessions to go. First driver out, Urbana, Missouri's Dylan McCowan. McCowan here in the 8 cars. He works down the front straight away. Working his way through turns 1 and 2 in that black and green number 8. Also on the racetrack, you'll find Derek Stewart, driver out of Ainsworth, Iowa, in that 43 car. Working his way off turn number 2. Also on the racetrack, late model rookie Dan Ebert, driver out of Lakeshore, Minnesota, behind the wheel of the 60 cars. He works his way off turn number 2. Cody Overton on the racetrack as well. Overton out of Thompson, Georgia, in that black and white number 2 as he works down the back straightaway as well. Also on the racetrack, you'll find Jack Riggs, driver out of Nolensville, Tennessee, in the 81J car, off turn at number 4. The 24 car will be Tyler Wyant. Wyant out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, in that 24. Frank Heckeness Jr. out of Frankfort, Illinois, in the 99 Junior. He's out there in turn number 2. Garrett Alberson right behind him. Garrett out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. In that 58 car, you'll find the 11 car of Austin Smith. He's out of Cedartown, Georgia, behind the wheel of the black and orange 11. And the final driver in this group, Middleburg, Florida's Mark Whitener. Whitener in the 5. Group 5 of 6. We'll have one more hot lap session to go. Still Ryan Gustin, 16065. It's the fastest time of the night so far, with a couple of hot lap groups yet to go. Checkered flags coming out. Hot lap session number 5. Garrett Alberson, the fastest of the night so far. Alberson 16019, 16019. Alberson in the 58. Gustin 16065, and Mark Whitener up to 3rd. 16066, tied with Mike Marlar, same exact lap, 16066. That Marlar turned a little bit earlier tonight. One more hot lap group to go as we roll down the front straightaway. Blair Nodorf underneath the flag stand. He's out of Renner, South Dakota. Behind the wheel, that's 76 car. Tristan Chamberlain, he's on the racetrack as well. He comes to you out of Richmond, Indiana in that 20TC car. Corey Lawler on the racetrack. First time we've seen the blue 93 this week. He's out of Glenville, Pennsylvania. Behind the wheel of the 93 car into turn number 1. Tim McCready on the racetrack in the 9. He's out of Watertown, New York. Other cars you see working down the front straightaway here into turn number 1. Tanner English in this group as well. English out of Benton, Kentucky. Behind the wheel of the 96. Brandon Overton on the racing surface in the 76 car as well. Rolling through turns 1 and 2 out of Evans, Georgia. Couple more cars in this group. Kyle Strickler's on the racetrack. He's out of Mooresville, North Carolina in the 8. Brent Larson in the B1 car. He's out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. And another car we have not yet seen this week. Martinsville, Indiana's Hudson O'Neill will race tonight. Rolling down the back straightaway in the 71. So final hot lap group of the night, 16:019. Garrett Alberson, the fastest lap thus far with his final hot lap session to go. Checkered coming out, final hot lap group. Fastest 3 laps of the night. Brandon Overton, 15:808. Fastest in hot laps. Blair Nodor, 15:883. And Tim McCready, 16:002. Fastest 3 laps here in hot laps. So Brandon Overton of 15:808. The fastest lap in DIRTcar late model hot laps tonight. So again, 61 cars. We split them up into 3 groups. Super DIRTcar Series going to come out in hot lap, and the late models will come back out and group qualify. Mike, here comes hot laps for the Super DIRTcar Series.
Well, thank you, Chris. For the first time in 2025, the Super DIRTcar Series Big Block Modified is going to roll their way onto the Speedway, and the first car making their way down the front stretch out of Wurtsboro, New York. In the Shackleton Auto and Truck Parts, Accurate Collision of Pompano Beach, Florida, car number 16 exits, Danny Creedon. Behind him will be the driver making his way out of Drummondville, Quebec. Behind the wheel of the number 28 machine, that's the Rocket, Mario Claire. Mario Claire will work his way up into turn number 1 and 2 in that black and red number 28 machine. Then the driver behind him hails out of Medina, New York, in the number 11N machine. It's Ricky Newton. Ricky Newton will make his way up into turn number 1 and 2. Then it will be the number 35 machine, the Genic Enterprises car, working his way up into turn number 2 out of Trois-Rivières, Quebec. That's Francois Belmar. Francois Belmar making his way off at turn number 2. Then it'll be the second team car out onto the Speedway, the 28, the Lausier entry. That will be the 28 machine of Eric Lausier in line. That is Will Thomas out of Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, in the Colonial Companies. Car number 9 machine. He'll roll his way down the back straightaway, heading down into turn number 3 and 4. Next driver behind him hails out of Phoenix, New York, in the FX Cabrera Honda. Tracy Road Equipment, Jammer Sports Bar and Restaurant. Car number 99L, Lightning Larry White will make his way out of the back straightaway. Big Red Towing also on the side of that machine. Then behind him, it'll be one of the drivers fighting for the MD3 Rookie of the Year award in 2025. Out of Neshannock Station, New Jersey, in the Ace Materials, car number 6, it's Matt Stengel. Behind him, your 2024 Series Rookie of the Year out of Hopewell, New York, in the Nardozzi Paving and Construction, car number 78, that is Alex Payne. Behind him will be the driver out of Binghamton, New York, in the Jeremy Smith Racing, car number 12, it's Darren Smith. Final car on the racetrack making his debut at Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals out of Hastings, New York, in the ENV Energy Pit Stop Convenience Store, car number 83X, it's Tim Sears Jr. So we're underway with our first group of hot laps this evening for the Super DIRTcar Series. We'll have 4 groups of hot laps making their way onto the Speedway. 43 cars in action as we get rolling for the first time here at Volusia Speedway Park. Larry White quickest so far with a 17.273. You see Francois Belmar in that number 35 machine. The Genic Enterprises car working his way off turn number 2. Lightning Larry White, you saw him, had one get away from him last year, and he's going to be quickest in group number 1.
with a 17.273. So a 17.273 for Larry White. Darren Smith second quick with a 17.365. Alex Payne third quick, 17.392. Tim Sears Jr. fourth quick, 17.466. And Matt Stengel fifth quick with a 17.508. As we get ready for group number 2 to make its way out onto the Speedway. Leading them out will be the driver out of Clayton, New York in the FX Caprera Ford Cintas car number 11 machine. That is Matt Caprera. Then behind him will be the driver who is your 2024 Summer Fast Champion out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania. The Millman's Auto Parts car number 84Y. It's Alex Jankowski. Alex Jankowski making his way down the back straightaway. The next driver behind him last week became the first driver out of the state of Vermont to win a Gator here at Volusia Speedway Park in DIRTcar UMP modified action. That's the driver out of Middlebury, Vermont, in the Stone Motors car number 15X. It's Justin Stone. Justin Stone makes his way on the back straightaway. Behind him, a driver who has 6 consecutive top 5 finishes here at Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals out of Ransomville, New York, in the Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Car number 25 machine, that's going to be Eric Rudolph. Sterling Lubricants, Tim Hortons also on the side of that machine. Then behind him, he is your 2-time and defending Super DIRTcar Series champion, along with the 2-time and defending Big Gator champion here at Volusia Speedway Park out of St. Catharines, Ontario, in the Buzz Hughes Chevrolet Barron's Performance Warehouse North Country Market. Car number 88, that's Bunny Matt Williamson. Matt Williamson will make his way down off of turn number 3 and 4. Then behind him is the defending DIRTcar 358 Modified Series champion out of Napierville, Quebec, in the Gamache Group. Archipel. Car number 91, Hollywood Felix Waugh. Felix Waugh will make his way off of turn number 4. Stanley, New York, Zach Payne in the 7Z machine going to make his way down the front straightaway in that MP delivery car. Kevlar Power underneath the hood of the 7Z machine. Honeywell Auto Parts also on the side of that car. Then it'll be the driver hailing out of Milford, Delaware, the IG Burton. Car number 30 machine, it's H.J. Bunting. H.J. Bunting will make his way up into turn number 1 and 2. Next driver in line picked up the win in the finale last year at the dirt track at Charlotte out of Montgomery, New York. And the Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Tire Discount Center mats, and overhead doors. Car number 4, it's the Ant-Man, Anthony Perego. And behind him will be the driver of the Schultz Ford. Car number 21 out of Gardnerville, New York. That is Bob McGannon. 5H of Amy Holland on the Speedway, making her DIRTcar Nationals debut in the gearbox service, car number 5H machine. And the final car on the racing surface in this group, the 3-time Land of Legends Raceway champion in the Phelps Cement Products, car number 3, it's T-Bone Justin Ayers. Here's your second group on the Speedway, and T-Bone is quickest so far with a 17.061. So Justin Ayers jumping out quickly. Eric Rudolph second quick now with a 17.128 as they work through this final lap of hot laps. Rudolph still going to be second quick. You see Matt Williamson come across the line third quick, 17.129 for the defending champion. Larry White back to fourth, 17.273, and Matt Caprera fifth with a 17.349. Group number 3 getting ready to roll its way out onto the speedways. But of course, we're seeing which driver gets the Jam Performance Fastest Hot Lap Award, as there will be a $100 cash bonus for whoever has the fastest hot lap in every race in 2025. Jam Performance is a Fox Shock distributor and repair facility in upstate New York, specializing in DIRTcar racing applications. Small enough to give one-on-one care, but big enough to deliver results. From shock repairs to in-house chassis setup, partnered with Elmo's Speed Supply. For all things suspension, Jam Performance. Group number 3 going to roll its way out on the Speedway, and leading this group out will be the driver at Frenchtown, New Jersey, in the Shackleton Auto and Truck Parts Pioneer Pole Buildings. Car number 1 machine, that is the kid's kid, Billy Pouch Jr. Billy Pouch Jr. will work into turn number 1 and 2. Then up next, it'll be the driver of the number 35 machine out of Caney, Connecticut. That is Chris Curtis. He'll make his way up into turn number 1 and 2. A little bit of smoke showing from that 35 car. Then it'll be the driver hailing out of the state of New Jersey in the Danny's Pizza Pizzazz, car number 51 machine. That's going to be Ryan Krachin. Ryan Krachin will make his way up into turn number 1 and 2 in the 51 car, as he'll make his way down the back straightaway. Then it'll be the driver to Rutland, Vermont, the Crash Palace Speed Center, car number 14 machine. That is C.G. Morey. C.G. Morey out on the Speedway in the 14 car. He'll work his way off of turn number 2. Then it'll be the driver out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania, in the Beacon Building Products, car number 20, that is the Quaker Shaker, Rick Laubach, Scooby as he's also known, as he makes his way down the back straightaway. Then it'll be the driver of the number 22 machine out of Rutland, Vermont. That's going to be Bubba McPhee. Bubba McPhee will be racing at the Lebanon Valley Speedway in 2024, or 2025 rather, this season. We'll make his way down through turn number 3 and 4. See Eric Lausier back out onto the speedway. Jeff Taylor out of Chittenango, New York in the Wild Animal Park. Car number 11, Team Machine, works his way off turn number 3 and 4. The Batman, Peter Britton out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, makes his way down the front straightaway in the 21A. Then it's going to be Corbin Miller in the 66 and the 8 of Rich Scalata out there on the speedway for this third group of hot laps for the Super DIRTcar Series. Justin Ayers still in line for the Jam Performance Fastest Hot Lap Award as Billy Pouch Jr. makes his way off of turn number 4. Not going to crack the top 10 in that group as Ayers still at the front. See Ryan Krachin making his way down the back straightaway in that black, blue, and yellow car. Is trouble for the 22J of Bubba McPhee as he will slow heading into turn number 3 and 4. Rich Scalata going to be fastest in that group with a 17.210. Rich Scalata, the driver out of Bound Brook, New Jersey, with a fast lap to kick things off. He'll be 4th fastest overall as T-Bone, still with a 17.029 as you see the George's Garage. AMI, car number 8 machine of Scalata, going to make his way back down on the speedway. Glad to have him back at Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. As you see, McPhee's car showing a lot of smoke. Driver out of Rutland, Vermont. And you see, well, what a beautiful sunset here at Volusia Speedway Park. Of course, we talk about Florida and sunshine, and the sunset looking really cool out here at Volusia as we get ready for the 4th group to make its way onto the speedway here momentarily. Justin Ayers quickest with a 17.029. As you get a good look at the facility, cars still rolling in, and glad to see the Super DIRTcar Series here for the first of 4 nights in the 2025 season at Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. With the DIRTcar Late Models tonight, we'll be joined by the World of Outlaws Late Models tomorrow night. And for the rest of the week, as we get ready for a 30-lap feature a little bit later, as the next group going to roll its way out onto the speedway. Leading this group out be the driver of the number 29 machine, making his way down the front straightaway. Hailing out of West Middlesex, Pennsylvania, it's Garrett Crummer. Then behind him is the 10-time champion out of Waterloo, New York, and the Hurlock Auto and Speed Supply, Gibbons Produce, St. Lawrence Radiology, Westmoreland Golf Club, Earth Movers, car number 9S. It's Super Matt Shepard. Behind him, driver who's already picked up 3 feature event victories in the 2025 season, coming at Alltech, and the last time we saw him in Super DIRTcar Series action, he was standing tall at Oswego in the Billy Whitaker Cars 200. That's a driver out of Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, Canada, on the Hallmark International, car number 44, and Stuart Friesen. Stuart Friesen will make his way off at turn number 2. Then behind him will be the driver out of Oley, Pennsylvania. In the Don Grebe Construction, car number 58 machine, that is Loudon Reimert. Loudon Reimert makes his way down the back straightaway. Behind him, coming off his best season with the Super DIRTcar Series, finishing 6th in the final standings out of Saratoga Springs, New York, in the Benson's Pet Center, car number 2, the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner. Lehner making his way down the back straightaway. Then behind him out of Baldwinsville, New York, in the J&B Installations, car number 98H, the Baldwinsville Bandit, Jimmy Phelps, will make his way down the back straightaway as well. Jim Britt in the 70H machine, now hailing out of Palm Coast, Florida, in the CIL Underground 70H car, going to make his way down the back straightaway. Then behind him, in the Generation 2 roofing car out of Queensbury, New York, in the 14B, they call him Towmater, Brendan Dara. Going to make his way down into turn number 3 and 4. Brian Swart out of Beaver Dams, New York. And the Swarthouse Services car number 14 machine brings him off turn number 4. And the big show, Dave Rauscher in the Monadnock car number 48-2 out there on the speedway for the final group of hot laps for the Super DIRTcar Series as we go green. White flag already being displayed to the field. Justin Ayers still the quickest overall with a 17.029. Has trouble on Jim Britt's car. Right rear flat tire behind the 70H machine. As we stay under green here for the time being in this final hot lap session for the Super DIRTcar Series. Towmater, Brendan Dara, getting some seat time here with his DIRTcar Nationals debut as he'll bring him off turn number 4 this time. Good to see him make the trip down. Super Matt Shepard, 10-time winner in Super DIRTcar Series competition here at Volusia Speedway Park. As that will wrap up our hot lap session this evening. And tonight's Champ Performance Fastest Hot Lap Award winner will be the driver of the Phelps Cement Products car number 3 machine of T-Bone, Justin Ayers, with a 17.029. T-Bone will get $100 courtesy of Jam Performance to kick things off for the 2024 season. And there's the Director of Traffic Control on your screen right now, Dave Farney. Good to see him back. Of course, the flagger at every Super DIRTcar Series event. We let everybody else borrow him here at DIRTcar Nationals, but we get him the entire season. Thought I caught him signing autographs a little bit earlier today. Guarantee I did. He smiled a little bit down there, but good to see Dave Farney and the rest of the crew as we get ready. Nice field of big blocks, but next up we're going to get ready for some more late models to make their way onto the Speedway. And Chris, a little bit of a different format for the DIRTcar late models tonight. Everybody's going to qualify, and everybody's going to run a feature.
Yeah, so the modifieds have done this format for a couple of years. Late models did it a year ago on Wednesday night as well. It went over well. Everybody gets to make some money, and everybody gets to race in a feature. Even some guys that maybe typically wouldn't, run in a feature later on in the week to get to run in one tonight. So drivers have been split into 3 qualifying groups. They all drew a pill at the World of Outlaws Command Center in the pit area. They've split into 3 different 20-car groups. First group, of course, will have 21. So we've got 61 competitors. We'll qualify 3 cars at a time, green, white, checkered. And the fastest lap will determine the lineup for the main event. There's the sunset Mike was talking about before. We have seen that exact view for about 16 straight nights here.
Now, there's a line we have in the Northeast. It's called racetracks and sunsets. It's just how we do things. Don't ask. It's a Dean Reynolds thing.
Oh, okay.
But there's never a racetrack he won't post something like this. But it's beautiful. I understand it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if you don't get to Volusia, or if you don't get to Florida, and you don't get to experience the sunsets here, you need to come do that for sure. Obviously, we've got a great racing facility here, but some pretty cool sunsets as well. So 3 cars at a time, green, white, checkered coming up here. Late models will be rolling onto the racetrack. There's a drone shot of that sun dipping down as well. First 3 cars ready to roll down the back straightaway, led out by last night's winner, Ricky Thornton Jr. He's out of Chandler, Arizona. That Kohler Motorsports, Oker Trucking, Capital Waste, Elite Ready Mix 20RT. Stacy Bowles will be on the back straightaway as well. He's out of Clinton, Tennessee. He sits in that Category 5 race car, Advanced Transportation, West Haven Speed Equipment, number 11. And Boom Briggs on the racetrack as well. Boom's out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania. He sits in the Briggs Transport Access Storage, Murphy's Logging 99B. Again, track record 15-1-0-0. Bobby Pierce set that a couple of years ago. Here comes RTJ 15-6-5-8. 15658 for Ricky Thornton Jr. Lap number 1. Stacy Bowles second quick 16.576. Lap number 1 for Boom. Boom Briggs will go 16.239. Second quick. Can Ricky Thornton Jr. go a little bit faster? Yes, he will. 15.582. 15582 for Ricky Thornton Jr. on lap number 2. Stacy Bowles. He will go faster, 16.394. Boom Briggs trying to go faster as well. He'll stand on his second or his first lap in second spot right now behind Ricky Thornton Jr. in 20RT. Next 3 cars rolling. Jimmy Owens will be the first driver out. He's out of Newport, Tennessee in the Ultimate Towing and Recovery. Boom Test Well Service Kohler Motorsports number 20 car. Right behind him will be Shane Clanton, driver out of Zebulon, Georgia. He's in that Super K Express Winterland Farms Capital Race Cars 25. And Max Blair out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. The Center Line Motorsports Murphy's Logging Creekside Auto Sales 111. 15.582 right now. Ricky Thornton Jr. the time to beat. Here comes the Newport Nightmare. Jimmy Owens going to roll by lap number 1. Jimmy Owens second quick, 15.850. 155, 15850. Shane Clanton's going to come by. He'll go 4, 16.318. 16318. Max Blair's going to roll by. Blair will go second quick, 15.673. 15673. Can Owens take that spot back? No. He'll go faster, but he'll stay third, 15.771. Shane Clanton off turn number 4, faster, 16.245. Max Blair trying to go a little bit faster as well. He does. He'll stay P2, but he'll go quicker, 15.637. Still Ricky Thornton Jr., 15.582. Next 3 cars led out by College Grove, Tennessee's Jason Riggs. Riggs, of course, in that Dude Wipes, Riggs Fiber, and Riggs Drilling Solutions 81. 000 car will be Matt Naylor. Naylor out of Shermansdale, Pennsylvania. He's in that McNeil's Towing, Naylor Motorsports, Poncho's Racing Products 000. And Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois. He's in that Kaiser Manufacturing, McBride, Mac, and Vomac Truck Sales 28. Here we go, Jason Riggs. And down the front straightaway, Riggs. 16.414, 16414 for Jason Riggs. Matt Naylor, 16.603, 16603. Dennis Erb Jr., fourth quick, 16.103. 16103 for Dennis Erb Jr. Jason Riggs quicker, fourth quick, 15.830. Good second lap for Riggs. Naylor faster as well, 16.369. And Dennis Erb Jr. also faster, 15.931. 159.31 for Dennis Erb Jr. in the 28. Next three cars begin to roll down the back straightaway. Dalton Wilson will be the first driver to roll on out. He's out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The MGL Auto Sales, JRR Trucking and Motor Sales 18D. Jordan Kohler will come with him. Jordan out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. He's in that Ultimate Towing and Recovery, 5-star middle building, scenic automotive 114. And the 22 of Drake Troutman. Troutman on the racetrack as well. He's out of Hyman, Pennsylvania. He sits in that Team 22 Incorporated Gambler Transport and Brickhouse Tavern at number 22. Lap number 1 for Dalton Wilson. Fifth quick, 15.906. 15.90. Jordan Kohler, fifth quick now, 15.903. Almost identical lap times for those two. Troutman's going to roll by fourth quick on lap number 1, 15.815, 15815. Dalton Wilson will stand on his 15.907 officially the first lap. Kohler's going to go faster, 15.797, 15797 for Jordan Kohler, and faster yet up to third for Drake Troutman, 15.758, 15758 for Drake Troutman in 22. Next three drivers will get set to roll. Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida will come out next. That Clyde Johnson Contracting, Big Daddy's Cattle, and Smith's Speed Solutions 17 SS car. He'll roll that out there. Seth Zacharias will be on the racetrack as well. Zacharias out of Vestal, New York, and the Signworks Fleet Graphic Solutions. Wicked Tees, Longhorn 17Z, and Reed Millard on the racetrack as well. He's out of Jefferson City, Missouri. He's on the Diamond Pet Foods Worldwide Technology and B-Sign Company number 14. Lap number 1 for Brendan Smith, 17.186, 17.186. Zacharias, 16.775. Smoke out of the 17Z. Reed Millard's going to roll by, 19.283. Brendan Smith to the checkered. Smith faster, 16.277, 16277. Zacharias faster, 16.610, 16610. And Reed Millard's going to roll off turn number 4, lap number 2. Will be faster as well. 18.846, 18846 for Reed Millard. Next group, rolling behind Kyle Bronson, the driver out of Brandon, Florida. He's in that Michael Lloyd Hauling Race Car Engineering Atomic Music Group, 40B. He'll roll down the back straightaway. Right behind him will be Kate Dillard. Dillard out of Robaline, Louisiana, the Strength Siding and Roofing, S&S Fishing and Rental, and Joel's Auto Sales, number 97. So the two cars going to roll out in this group. So we've only got 4 left to go. So those two will be out there by themselves. 40B, Kyle Bronson working off turn number 4. Lap number 1 for Kyle Bronson. Third quick, 15.712. Good first lap. 15712 for Bronson. Dillard's going to roll off turn number 4. Kate Dillard's going to come by. He'll be second quick, 15.596. 15596. Can either one of these pick up a 10th? Here we go. Kyle Bronson off turn number 4. Fourth quick that time. He'll stay fourth, 15.712. See if Kate Dillard can pick it up at all here down the front straightaway. Dillard, second quick on the opening lap. He'll go faster. He'll stay second, but it'll be a quicker lap. 15.590, 15590. For Kate Dillard in 97, with 2 cars yet to go. Carson Ferguson will be the first driver out. He's at a Lincolnton, North Carolina, the DIRTcar Technologies Group. Schaefer Racing Oil, Collins signs number 93. And Ashton Winger on the back straightaway as well. Winger out of Hampton, Georgia. Sitting in that Jeff Matthews Motorsports, Angry Elephant Tattoo and Piercing, a Super K Express, number 12. Did not see Daniel Hilseback, did not see Kyle Bryant. Neither of those drivers will register a qualifying lap here tonight. See if either of these drivers can get to Ricky Thornton Jr.'s 15.582. Lap number 1, Carson Ferguson, fifth quick. 15.747, 15747 for Carson Ferguson. Lap number 1 for Ashton Winger, 15.949. 15949 for Ashton Winger. Lap number 2, Ferguson. He will stand on his opening lap, 15.747. As Ashton Winger's going to roll on by. Does he go faster? No, he'll stand on his opening lap as well. 15.949, 15949 for Ashton Winger in 12. So there it is. Group number 1, Ricky Thornton Jr., 15.582, 15582 for RTJ. They're going to clear group number 1 out of the infield. Of course, this feature is the first race of the night. As soon as Super DIRTcar Series is done with qualifying. So we need to get these guys out of the infield so they can make whatever adjustments they need to make prior to their features. That'll be the first race on the racing program. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Cade Dillard will pace the front row of that one. Qualifying groups 2 and 3 rolling up into the lineup chute off the backstretch. Last couple of cars across the scale. Droop has been checked on all the drivers as they make their way out the gate. We'll send the next 3 drivers onto the racetrack in just 1 second. All right, infield has been cleared. First driver you will see in qualifying group number 2 is Tyler Erb. He's out of New Waverly, Texas, in that Best Performance Motorsports bulk material lift, first class septic number 1. He'll be the first driver to roll down the back straightaway in this group. Dustin Sorensen will come with him. Sorensen out of Rochester, Minnesota, the Altenburg Construction, Polson Rock Products, CBR Drilling, number 19. And Jonathan Davenport's in this group as well. He's out of Blairsville, Georgia. He's in that Nutrient Ag Solution, Dyna-Grill, and ASC warranty, number 49. Again, 15.582, Ricky Thornton Jr., the fastest lap of the night. These guys don't care about that. They're qualifying amongst themselves. We'll see if anybody can get to that 15.582. Again, track record 15.100. Bobby Pierce back in January of 2024. Here we go. Tyler, but down the front straightaway, 15.928. 15928 for Turbo on lap number 1. Dustin Sorensen's going to roll by. It'll be a 16.009. 16009 for Dustin Sorensen. JD's going to work off turn number 4. Davenport, quick time, 15.674. 15674 for Davenport. Can Tyler go faster? Yes, 15.759. 15759, he'll stay second, but it'll be a faster lap. Sorensen's second lap is faster as well, 15.939. And can Jonathan Davenport improve on lap number 2? He will not, but it'll be P1 early here, 15.674, 15674 for Davenport in 49. Next 3 cars will be led out by Bakersfield, California's Ethan Dotson, driver of the ASD Motorsports, American Racing Wheels, Torco Racing Fuel, number 74 car. He'll come rolling on out. Michael Norris will come with him. Norris out of Sarver, Pennsylvania, that gunk engine degreaser. Matt Tiff Motorsports, Durham Race Engines, Longhorn 57. And Devin Moran on the back straightaway as well. He's out of Dresden, Ohio, Double Down Motorsports, Lazy Days RV and Big River Steel, number 99. 15.674, Jonathan Davenport right now the time to beat. Ethan Dotson's going to roll down the front straightaway. Dotson, quick time, 15.656. 15656 for Ethan Dotson on lap number 1. Michael Norris going to come by. Norris will go 5th quick, 16.758. Moran, he'll come by. 3rd quick, 15.725. Dotson off turn number 4. Ethan Dotson trying to go faster. He will not. 15.656 officially on lap number 1 for the California racer. Trouble here for Michael Norris up and over the cushion. He'll stand on his opening lap. Can Devin Moran improve? Yes! He'll stay 3rd, but he'll go faster. 15.719 for Devin Moran in 99. Next 3 drivers, keep an eye on this trio. Ryan Guston will be the first driver out. He's out of Marshalltown, Iowa. He sits in the Allen Seamless Gutters, Hooker Truck and Carl Chevrolet 19R. Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee in the Skyline Motorsports, Burning Rock Products, Massey Valley Transportation 157. And Brian Shirley out of Chatham, Illinois. He's in the Bob Cullen Racing, Thomason Express, J&J Ventures Gaming, number 3. Good group here. The Reaper, the Winfield Warrior, and Squirrel. Let's see what happens. White flag out. 4th quick for Ryan Guston, 15.724. Mike Marlar's going to roll by the flag stand. Marlar, 6th quick, 15.792. Here comes Brian Shirley. He'll be 7th quick, 15.834. See if all 3 of them can improve on lap number 2. Guston does not, 15.724. He'll stay 4th. Marlar quicker, third quick, 15.680, 1.5680 for Mike Marlar. And Brian Shirley stands on lap number 1's 15.834. He'll be 7th quick in the 3. Next 3 drivers begin to roll. It'll be late model rookie Michael Leach, driver out of Sun River, Montana. That Big Sky Scientific, Willow Ranch, and Hellraiser Jacks. 09 car. He'll work down the back straight away. Dustin Walker scheduled to go. Looks like we're going to have Tyler Bruning instead. Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa, in that Skyline Motorsports, Quick Supply Company, and Olson Explosives. 16 car. And there's Dustin Walker. Walker going to roll out onto the racetrack as well. He's in the Polk, Missouri, in the 1-4 Motorsports, FedEx Cattle Company, and Team Dirt Dog, number 14W. Everybody on the clock here. Feature race number 2. We'll set the lineup here. Michael Leach, 8th quick, 15.835. 1.5835 for Michael Leach. Bruning, 10th quick, 15.942. Walker's going to come by 16.589. That's lap number 1. See if anybody can go faster. Here comes Leach. Michael Leach, faster, 7th quick, 15.799. Tyler Bruning off turn number 4. Bruning faster as well, 15.894. And Dustin Walker will stand on his opening lap, 16.589 for Dustin Walker. Next 3 led out by Great Court, South Carolina's Chris Madden. He's in that Gambler Transport, Victory Circle Auto Sales and Brickhouse Tavern 44. He'll work down the back straightaway. Bobby Pierce will roll to the back straightaway as well. He's out of Oakwood, Illinois, and that Mississippi Valley Transportation, Rio Grande Waste Services, Low Voltage Solutions 32. And Chase Younghands on the racetrack as well. Younghands out of Manhattan, Kansas. He's in that Bozard Ford, Grant Petroleum, and Younghands at Discount Liquor, number 18. A good trio here. Ethan Dotson, 15.656 the time to beat. Here comes Smoky. Chris Madden down the front straightaway, 8th quick, 15.830. Bobby Pierce down the front chute, 6th quick, 15.724. Chase Younghands working off turn number 4. Younghands, 13th quick, 16.198. Madden was over the cushion. He'll scrub lap number 2. Stand on his opening lap. Bobby Pierce going to try to roll a little bit better. And he does. 4th quick, 15.689. 1.5689 for Bobby Pierce. Chase Younghands will also improve. 16.136. 1.6136 for Chase Younghands, who almost missed the entrance to the infield. He got her woed up just in time. Trey Mills will be the first driver out of the next trio. He's out of St. Augustine, Florida. He's in that Mills Concrete, Caddo Motorsports, Twin Farms 59. Daniel Adams going to roll down the back straightaways out of Peru, Illinois. The Justin Langdon General Contractor, Mobilization Funding, Racing for Heroes 75. And Jake Tim will be on the back straightaway as well. Tim out of Winona, Minnesota. He's in that Gorilla Mill, Herco, Stone Machinery, number 49. Still Ethan Dodson, 15.656. Here comes Trey Mills, 16.396. Lap number 1 for Trey Mills. Daniel Adams, 16.050. And Jake Tim's going to roll on by, 16.164. Trey Mills, lap number 2. Can he go better? Yes, 16.392. 1.6392 for Trey Mills. Daniel Adam will come by. He does not improve, 16.050. And we'll see if Jake Tim can go faster. He does not. 16.164 officially for Jake Tim on lap number 1. Final 2 cars in feature number 2 will be led to green by Brandon Shepard, the driver out of New Berlin, Illinois. Sitting in that Sober Calf Ranch's Valvoline Rocket number 1. And Michael Chilton will be on the racetrack as well. Chilton out of Salvisa, Kentucky. He's in that Hatcher's Auto Sales, WP Racing Shocks, Catton Industrial Painting at number 6. Well, let's see if B. Shep or Michael Chilton can get to Ethan Dodson's 15.656. Brandon Shepard down the front straightaway in the Rocket 1. White flag in the air. Lap number 1 for B. Shep. 9th quick. 15.828. 1.5828 for Brandon Shepard. 6 of Chilton will go 15 quick. 16.067. See if B. Shep can pick up a couple of tenths here on lap number 2. Shepard off turn number 4. Brandon Shepard, lap 2. He goes faster, 8th quick, 15.799. 1.5799 for Brandon Shepard. Michael Chilton's going to roll on by him. Chilton will not improve, 16.067 on lap number 2. So Ethan Dotson, the time to beat. 15.656. So 15656. Dotson and Davenport on the front row of feature number 2. Feature number 3 is rolling. Jack Riggs will be the first driver out. He's out of Nolensville, Tennessee. And that True Timber Cambo. Riggs Drilling Solution, Dude Wipes 81 DIRTcar. Brandon Overton will roll with him. Overton out of Evans, Georgia. He's in the Napa Auto Parts. Heartbeat Hot Sauce Company, Mississippi Valley Transportation 76. Garrett Alberson. Alberson to Las Cruces, New Mexico. In the Roller Machining and Welding, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Low Voltage Solutions, number 58. Again, 15.582, the overall fastest lap of the night so far. Jack Riggs going to roll by 16.159, 16159 for Riggs. Here comes Brandon Overton, 15.839, 15839. Faster comes Garrett Alberson, faster yet, 15.803. Jack Riggs trying to go quicker on lap number 2. He will not. 16.159 on lap 1 for Jack Riggs. Here comes Overton. He'll go faster. 15.787. 157.87 for Brandon Overton. And Garrett Alberson does not improve. So Brandon Overton right now, 15.787. 157.87 for Brandon Overton in 76. Next 3 cars led to green by the Magic Man. Mark Whitener, he's out of Middleburg, Florida. Southeast Ship Repair, Whitener's Tractor Service, Ocala Restaurant Supply, number 5. Dan Ebert on the back straightaway as well. He's at the Lakeshore, Minnesota. The Collins Brothers Towing at St. Cloud, Minnesota Truck Headquarters. And Woody's Racing, number 60. And Tyler Wyant. Wyant out of Oil City, Pennsylvania. The Eagle Hoist and Winch, Argyle Iron and Steel, Kryptonite Race Car, number 24. Everybody gunning for a 15.787. Brandon Overton early here in qualifying group number 3. Mark Whitener, third quick, 16.080, 16080. Dan Ebert now third quick, 15.925, 15925 for Dan Ebert. Tyler Wyant, 16.758. Lap number 1. Whitener trying to go faster. He does. 15.863. 15863 for Mark Whitener. Can Ebert go faster? Yes. 15.870. 15870 for Dan Ebert. Tyler Wyant also faster. 16.296. 16296 for Pennsylvania's Tyler Wyant. Next 3 cars begin to roll. Tanner English will be the first driver out. He's out of Benton, Kentucky. And at Coltman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bill Stein at number 96. He works down the back straight away. Dylan McCowan will roll with him. McCowan out of Urbana, Missouri. And that's Sonic America's Drive-In, Empire Energy, and Pomeroy Services, number 8. And Monday night's winner, Nick Hoffman. He's out of Mooresville, North Carolina. He's in that NOS Energy Drink, seen to be at Trucking and Petroff Towing, number 9. Halfway through qualifying group number 3. Tanner English, 15.894. 5th quick, 15894 for Tanner English. 6th quick, Dylan McCowan, 16.116. 16116 for Dylan McCowan. Here comes Hoffman. Nick Hoffman, 16.073. 16073 for Nick Hoffman. That's 6th quick. Faster for Tanner English. He'll go to 3rd. 15.815. 15815 for Tanner English. Lap number 2 for Dylan McCowan is faster as well. 16.097. 16097 for Dylan McCowan. And Nick Hoffman will not improve. 16.073. He'll stay 6th with his opening lap in the 9. The next 3 cars begin to roll, led out by the B1 Bomber. Brent Larson, he's in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. He sits in that Land of Pressure Washers, Hanco Corporation, Fuel Factory B1. Right behind him will be Hudson O'Neill, driver out of Martinsville, Indiana, the Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding Company, and O'Neill Salvage, number 71. And right behind him will be Corey Lawler. First time we've seen both Lawler and O'Neill. Lawler out of Glenville, Pennsylvania, the Ponchos Racing Products, Snitka Race Fuels All-Star Performance, number 93. So Brent Larson and a pair of first-timers, Hudson O'Neill, Corey Lawler. We go, Larson. 9th quick, 16.262. 16262. Here comes Hudson O'Neill, 6th quick, 16.034. 16034. Corey Lawler going to come rolling on by. Lawler will go 12th quick, 16.387. 16387. Larson trying to improve. He does. 16.130 into the top 10. He's 9th. Here comes Huddy. Hudson O'Neill, lap number 2. Faster, 6th quick, 15.962. Corey Lawler's going to roll by. Does he go faster? Yes, 16.352 for Corey Lawler. So still Brandon Overton, 15.787 with a handful to go. Next trio will be led out by Cedartown, Georgia's Austin Smith. Smith in that Super K Express, FCCS Solutions Capital Race Cars, number 11. Cody Overton on the racetrack as well. Cody rolling out of Thompson, Georgia. That Dave Stein Motorsports, Shaw Trucking, and Budweiser number 2. And Tim McCready, a driver out of Watertown, New York. He sits in that Dave Warren Power Sports Access Storage and Corey Rubber Corporation at number 9. All 3 drivers on the clock. Austin Smith over the cushion there. He gets back down onto the racing service. Smith will come by 17:049. 170.49 for Smith. Here comes Overton, 6 quick, good first lap, 15.950. And Tim McCready, trouble. McCready with trouble on lap number 1 here in turn number 4 in the 9. Here comes the DIRTVision replay to watch what happened here on Tim McCready's 9. Got into 3. That thing just slid up the hill on him, and up and over the cushion he went. So you scrub lap number 1 to hopefully have a better lap number 2, which T-Mac did. We'll come back to green. Everybody will come back to the green here. We owe everybody a lap. 2 more qualifying groups to go. There we go, Smith. Does he go faster? Yes, 16.714. 6.714 for Austin Smith. Tim McCready easily will be faster. It'll be a 16.023 into top 8. And Cody Overton faster as well, 15.901. 159.01, he's up to 6th in the 2. Tim McCready going to spin that thing and roll onto the infield. 2 more qualifying groups to go. Blair Nodorf will be the first driver out. He's at a runner, South Dakota, the Western Provisions, Bargain Barn Tire Center, and Asphalt Pros. 76 car down the back straight away. Kyle Strickler will roll with him. Strickler out of Mooresville, North Carolina. G-Style Transport, Cat Industries, and Donaldson Grading number 8. And Tristan Chamberlain. Chamberlain out of Richmond, Indiana, the Gibson Racing Vision Woodworks, and Truman Quarterhouse's 20 TC. Brandon Overton, 15.787, the time everybody trying to get to. Here comes Blair Nodorf, lap number 1, 7th quick, 15.955, 159.55 for Nodorf. Strickler's going to roll down the front straight away here in the 8. No time on Kyle Strickler's 8 car. Chamberlain, 16.887, 16887. Lap number 2, way better, 4th quick, 15.830, 15830 for Blair Nodorf. Still no transponder reading on the 8 for Strickler. Here comes Chamberlain. Chamberlain faster as well, 16.731, 16731 for Tristan Chamberlain in the 20 TC. And we've got 2 cars yet to go. Derek Stewart will be the first driver out in this group. He's out of Ainsworth, Iowa. He sits in that Stewart & Sons, Arnold Motor Company, Houston Ag Company number 43. And Frank Heckenass Jr. will be the final qualifier tonight. He's out of Frankfort, Illinois. He sits in that Storage Squares All-Star Performance. And Indy, you pull it, number 99 Jr. So we'll see if either of these drivers can get to Brandon Overton's 15.787 second lap. Derek Stewart's going to roll by the flag stand. He'll go 9th quick, 15.996, 159.96 for Derek Stewart. Frank Heckenass Jr., he's going to come rolling on by, 16.164, 16164 for Frankie on lap number 1. Lap number 2 for Derek Stewart. Stewart faster, 15.875, 158.75 for Derek Stewart. See if Heckenass can pick it up a couple of tenths here. Down the front straight away he will. 16.072, 16072 for Frank Heckenass Jr. in 99. That right there should wrap it up. Qualifying in the books for all 3 groups. Fastest driver in group number 3 with a 15.787, Evans, Georgia's Brandon Overton will start on the pole of feature race number 3 alongside of Garrett Alberson. Fastest driver in qualifying group number 2 with a 15.656 of Ethan Dotson in the 74. And your fastest driver in qualifying group number 1 and fastest overall tonight with a 15.582 second lap, last night's winner, Ricky Thornton Jr. in 20 RT. So, as we just told you that, we now are being informed we are going to give Kyle Strickler his 2 laps. He did have a transponder on during hot laps, although it did not pick up here in qualifying. So, race control over there checking it out, see if it was maybe covered with mud or something wrong with the transponder. So, we'll let Strickler roll back out. So Kyle Strickler's going to roll out the back straightaway gate. Still 15.787 is the time to beat for Brandon Overton here. Let's see if Strickler's transponder picks up this time. Kyle Strickler back on the racetrack. He's got Volusia Speedway Park all to himself. 17 DIRTcar modified Little Gators for the driver to Mooresville, North Carolina. Strickler now down the front straightaway. Lap number 1, 16.349. 1:63.49 for Strickler. Lap number 2 here for the driver to Mooresville. Turn number 4, final qualifying corner. Does he go faster? He does. 14th quick, 16.114, 1:61.14 for Kyle Strickler. So exactly what I said before. Brandon Overton, fastest in Group 3. Ethan Dotson, fastest in Group 2. And Ricky Thornton Jr., fastest overall tonight with a 15.582 second lap. Those will be your pole sitters coming up for the 3 late model features later on here in the racing program. Looks like we're going to clear the infield to get the late models from groups 2 and 3 back out to the pit area to make sure they can get their stuff ready to go for their 2nd and 3rd features of the night. A few more personal vehicles rolling their way down onto the infield here as we get set to go. Super DIRTcar Series qualifying mics coming up next.
First of 2 groups of Super DIRTcar Series qualifying going to make its way onto the Speedway here momentarily. Now, when the drivers came in earlier tonight, they drew a pill. When those numbers are set, they were split into 2 groups. Group A is going to make up the lineups for heat races number 1 and 2. Group B will make up the lineups for heat races number 3 and 4. Fastest overall driver tonight will receive the Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award. Billy Whitaker's race cars are good to go, and yours should be too. Check out hundreds of vehicles at BillyWhitakerCars.com. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, starting at $40, $50, and $60 per week. And don't forget, of course, Billy Whitaker Cars. We got the Billy Whitaker Cars 200 coming up at Super Dirt Week 53 at the Oswego Speedway in October. As we get ready to kick off our 2025 season with our first qualifying laps set to go here momentarily once we get the remaining late models out of the infield. Looking forward to 4 nights of action here at Volusia Speedway Park.
Yeah, you do.
Remember, these are non-point events for the Super DIRTcar Series as we're chasing the Gator, but the championship season kicks off on March 29th at the New Egypt Speedway for Power in the Pines, which will be our opening race for the 2nd straight year. Then we'll go to Can-Am a couple of weeks later for Thunder in the Thousand Islands, and then the Albany-Saratoga Speedway 60th anniversary special coming up on Friday night, April 18th. Going to be a great event to kick things off, and those will be the next 3 races following this weekend at DIRTcar Nationals, all 4 nights here, as well as the final cars making their way off of the racing surface as qualifying coming out momentarily for the Super DIRTcar Series. Tonight will be a 30-lap feature that will pay $5,000 to the winner and the first step toward getting the Big Gator here at Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals as the moon's starting to rise. And that looks, well, I'm not going to jinx it, but it looks pretty full. But not going to jinx it, but we got a pretty cool looking moon out here at Volusia Speedway Park as pit carts making their way back into the infield momentarily. Want to say hello to all the fans tailgatering here at Volusia Speedway Park. Always a awesome aspect of the event as you got plenty of trucks up against the fences in the infield, getting to enjoy the night. And of course, before we get going with our qualifying sessions, good time to touch down. We got our Super DIRTcar Series merchandise trailer down there behind the grandstands as well. And one new merchandise trailer we got to mention for 2025. Peter Britton's got plenty of shirts down there. He's down here with a bunch of his merchandise as well. So the Batman, for the first time, has his merch on sale down there on the Midway, along with plenty of other vendors for the late models and Super DIRTcar Series as well, as Dave Farney awaiting patiently for the first group of Super DIRTcar Series big block modifieds to make their way onto the Speedway. Whoever is fastest in Group A will sit on the pole for heat race number 1. Coming up a little bit later, as looks like track crews just attending up in turn number 3 to a couple of things before we get rolling with our first of 4 cars to make their way onto the track. So once again, we'd like to welcome you out here to Volusia Speedway Park for Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. DIRTcar Late Models have just completed their qualifying for the evening Super DIRTcar Series. Coming up next, we'll see who can lay down the fastest lap and get the Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award, as the first car is getting ready to roll onto the racing surface. And it looks like the first driver is going to be the one with the most experience here at DIRTcar Nationals in 2025, as Justin Stone in the G-Stone Motors 15X car going to be the first to roll out onto the Speedway. Alex Jankowski out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania will be next. Then it'll be the Rocket, Mario Claire out of Drummondville, Quebec, and Lightning Larry White going to be your first 4 cars to roll onto the Speedway, as we are green with our first qualifying session for the Super DIRTcar Series. Mario Claire working into turn number 1 and 2 in the Volusia Racing car. There's Larry White in the 99L. Justin Stone going to be the first car to make his way around to Dave Farney's white flag as he comes by. Stone going to go 17.682. Jankowski going to be the second car to make his way across. 17.285 for Jankowski, 18.424 for Claire. Larry White second quick with a 17.465. Second time around for Justin Stone. He'll cross the line, go back to the top with a 17.206. Then it'll be Alex Jankowski back to the top with a 17.164. Second lap for Mario Claire. Fourth quick, 18.291. Larry White second lap, third quick. Faster on lap 1 with a 17.465. Ran a 17.516 on lap number 2. So after the first session in Group A, it's Alex Jankowski at the top of the board. Picked up the victory at the Fulton Speedway during Summerfest last season. His second career one after picking up the win at the World of Outlaws World Finals at the Dirt Track at Charlotte back in 2021. Will Thomas going to be the first car to lead out this second session in the number 9 machine, and it'll be the 11 of Matt Caprera, the FX Caprera Ford car. He'll make his way up into turn number 1 and 2. Darren Smith in the number 12 on the Speedway, and it will be the 6 of Matt Stengel out here in this second session. First time around for Will Thomas as he'll come by and take the white flag. Thomas third quick with a 17.386. First lap for Caprera, fourth quick, 17.464. First time around for Darren Smith at the line, sixth quick with a 17.482. Matt Stengel's first lap going to be seventh quick with a 17.742. Will Thomas second time around for the driver of the number 9 car, 17.528. Still third quick. Caprera still fourth quick, 17.464, his faster lap. As Darren Smith comes by, 6th quick, 17.482. Stengel stays 7th quick with a 17.690 on lap number 2. Jankowski still the time to beat with a 17.164. As we'll get ready for session number 3 to roll its way onto the Speedway. Front row starters right now in heat race number 1 would be Alex Jankowski with a 17.164, Justin Stone with a 17.206. Those are your top 2 drivers. After the first 2 sessions, Zach Payne going to be the first car to roll onto the Speedway. In the MP delivery, 7Z car. Then it'll be the 35 of Francois Belmar out of Trois-Rivières, Quebec. Another Quebec driver, the Galoche Group number 91 of Hollywood, Felix Watt, Napierville, Quebec on the Speedway. And the 11N of Ricky Newton out of Medina, New York, going to make his way off of turn number 4 as well, as we're green with this third session in Group A. Zach Payne, who spent a lot of time putting that car back together after some trouble last week, going to come across 7th quick with a 17.622. Then it will be Francois Belmar, 10th quick with an 18.393. Felix Wa's first trip around, 8th quick for Hollywood with a 17.652. Ricky Newton, 12th quick with an 18.421. Second time around for the 7D machine. That'll be Payne with a 17.622. He'll stay in that number 7 spot. Belmar's second time around, 11th quick with an 18.393. Felix Waugh, second lap. He'll stay 8th quick with an 18.211. Ricky Newton, 10th quick with an 18.051. 3 sessions complete. Alex Jankowski at the top of the leaderboard. As the next 4 cars make their way onto the Speedway, next car out will be the driver to Wardsboro, New York. In the Shackleton Auto and Trucks Parts number 16X, that is Danny Creedon. Then it'll be the Buzz Shoe Chevrolet. Car number 88, the defending Super DIRTcar Series champion. That is Money Matt Williamson. The Phelps Cement Products, car number 3, your Jam Performance Fastest Hot Lap Award winner. It's T-Bone, Justin Ayers, and H.J. Bunting out there on the Speedway to Milford, Delaware, in the I.G. Burton Chevrolet number 30 machine out there on the Speedway now for this next session. Danny Creedon going to be the first car to make his way off turn number 4 and trip the clocks as he comes across the line. 10th quick for Creedon with a 17.799. Matt Williamson first time around. 4th quick with a 17.399. T-Bone going to come around for the second time. We'll see where he ranks. 3rd quick for Ayers with a 17.297. Bunting, 9th quick with a 17.545. Second trip around for Creedon. 13th quick with a 17.779, his fastest lap. Matt Williamson, 5th quick. 17.439 on lap number 2. T-Bone to the top with a 17.085. H.J. Bunting, 4th quick with a 17.359. So T-Bone, Justin Ayers, goes to the top of the leaderboard with a 17.085, the 3-time Land of Legends Raceway champion with a good showing. He was the fastest in hot laps and now sits the fastest in Group A, and a good run by H.J. Bunting with a 17.359. Next car is going to make their way out onto the Speedway, leading this next group out of Montgomery, New York. That is the number 4 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Perego, in the Kaiser Aluminum Wheels car. He'll make his way on the front straightaway. And it's the number 25 out of Ransomville, New York, in the Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Number 25, it's Eric Rudolph. The 5H of Amy Holland out of Fulton, New York, making her DIRTcar Nationals debut. Rolls down into turn number 1 and 2, as it'll be 3 cars out for this session. First time around for Perego. Looking to keep his streak alive. He'll be 13th quick with a 17.704. Not the start Perego was looking for in qualifying. Rudolph 4th quick with a 17.320. Amy Holland's first lap. She'll come across the line 15th quick with a 17.742. Second time around for the Ant-Man, Perego. 13th quick with a 17.689. Rudolph 4th quick still. A little bit faster though with a 17.243. Second lap for Amy Holland. Going to be 12th quick with a 17.638. 3 more cars in session number 1 for the Super DIRTcar Series. As T-Bone with the time to beat with a 17.085. Alex Payne will be the first car to make his way out in the Ardozzi Paving and Construction number 78 car. He'll come by to take the green flag. Tim Sears Jr. out of Hastings, New York in the ENV Energy car number 83X in the 21M of Bob McGannon out there on the Speedway here for this final session in Group A. 2024 Series Rookie of the Year brings him off a turn number 4, this time by to the white flag. 11th quick for Alex Payne with a 17.591. First time around for Tim Sears Jr. 17th quick with a 17.732. First time for McGannon, going to be 17th quick with a 17.726. Second time around for Alex Payne. 11th quick for Payne with a 17.496. Second time for Timmer. He'll cross the line. 12th quick with a 17.553. Bob McGannon going to come across 18th quick with a 17.726. So that'll wrap up Group A of qualifying for the Super DIRTcar Series. And at the top will be the driver out of Phelps, New York, in the Phelps Cement Products car number 3 machine, T-Bone Justin Ayers, with a 17.085. He'll sit on the pole in heat race number 1. Sitting on the pole in heat race number 2 will be the driver out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, in the 84Y machine. That is Alex Jankowski. Starting next to him will be the driver to Ransomville, New York. That's Eric Rudolph. Justin Stone will start on the outside of Justin Ayers. So you see Ayers, Phelps Cement Products, Money Auto Parts on the side of that car, FLX Home Solutions. As T-Bone off to a very fast start this evening. Well, as the first group of qualifying. Group A, if you will, makes its way back into the infield. Do have an update from the pit area. We saw Bubba McPhee showing smoke back in the hot lap sessions a little bit earlier. He has scratched from tonight's program, so not the debut that the driver to Rutland, Vermont was looking for with engine trouble. So he will not be the first car to come out in Group B. That'll move things, and it'll be Billy Pouch Jr. will be the first car you'll see on the racetrack as you take a look at that moon here over Volusia Speedway Park. As we kick off the final 4 nights of action here at the world's fastest half mile. As Ashton Smythe is here with us this evening for the Super DIRTcar Series, filling in for my good friend Rich Fleck down here at DIRTcar Nationals. And Ashton, after this first session, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, it was quite surprising, Mike, and excited to be down here back with the big blocks. Last was with them up at Super Dirt Week, filling in for Rich Flick, like you said, as he's off with some basketball games. Next group rolling off, but we saw Rookie of the Year and Series champion buried back in the field, Matt Williamson and Alex Payne, not off to such a strong year at start at Volusia, but it's not points bank, so hopefully they will have a better run here in the heat race.
Thank you, Ashton. Group B getting started out here onto the Speedway. Billy Pouch Jr. going to be the first car out there. You see Loudon Reimert on your screen as well. He'll be the second car. 10-time champion Matt Shepard out there as well. Pouch going to go 17.315 for the driver to Frenchtown, New Jersey. Reimert second quick with a 17.841. Shepard going to come around for the first time as he takes the white flag. He'll go second quick with a 17.406. Pouch second time around at the top. 17.078 for Billy Pouch Jr. Reimert second time around, 17.612. Here's Matt Shepard coming around for lap number 2. We'll see if he beat Pouch's time. He does not. 17.339 for Super Matt. And with that, whoever gets quick time in Group B will be your Billy Whitaker Cars Quick Time Award winner, as Pouch with a 17.078, Justin Ayers with a 17.085. So the kid's kid off to a fast start. And he was a guy that started building up a little bit more each night last year at DIRTcar Nationals and starting to hit the ground running this evening as our next session comes out onto the Speedway. Chris Curtis will be the first car to work his way out of Canaan, Connecticut. Then it'll be the 66 of Corbin Miller, the 29 machine of Garrett Crummer, and the 2 of the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner, out there on the Speedway. For the second group, in Group B of qualifying, see the Ginger Ninja working up into turn number 1 and 2. Chris Curtis 17.770 for the driver of the 35 machine. Corbin Miller fifth quick, 17.956. Garrett Crummer first time around, third quick with a 17.582. Jack Lehner's first lap will be second quick with a 17.218. Chris Curtis sixth quick with a 17.377 second time around. Then it's going to be Corbin Miller, seventh quick with a 17.800. Crummer fourth quick, 17.428. Jack Lehner second lap, still second quick with a 17.218. He was 17.573 on lap number 2. So the Ginger Ninja putting himself into a pole position in heat race number 4 as it stands right now, as the next car is going to work out onto the Speedway. Leading him out will be the driver to Boundbrook, New Jersey in the George's Garage, car number 8 machine. That's Rich Scalata. And it's the driver to Chittenango, New York in the Wild Animal Park, car number 11T. It's Jeff Taylor. A Crash Palace Speed Center, car number 14 in Rutland, Vermont. That is C.G. Maury. Then it's the Batman in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Peter Britton out on the Speedway for his qualifying session here as they're trying to beat 17.078 for the Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award. The 21A of Peter Britton, Albany Saratoga Speedway champion 1 year ago. Takes the green flag. Rich Scalata will take the white flag for the first time. He'll be 8th quick with a 17.848. First time around for Taylor. 18.109 for Jeff Taylor. 8th quick. C.G. Maury 10th quick with an 18.219 first lap for Britton. 6th quick with a 17.672. Scalata second lap. 9th quick with a 17.848. Jeff Taylor coming around for the second time. He'll be 10th quick with an 18.109. C.G. Maury comes by 7th quick for Maury with a 17.675. And the 21A of Batman goes to the number 5 spot with a 17.564. Top 5 right now after that session. Billy Pouch Jr. 17.078. Jack Lehner second quick, 17.218. Matt Shepard third quick, 17.339. Garrett Crummer fourth quick, 17.428. Peter Britton fifth quick with a 17.564. Next car out onto the Speedway, a 10-time winner here at Volusia Speedway Park in the Hallmark International. Bart Contracting car number 44 machine. That is Stuart Friesen. Stuart Friesen will make his way off at turn number 3 and 4. And it's the Generation 2. Car number 14, B machine. They call it Towmater. Brendan Darrow will make his way down the front straightaway, as well as he heads up into turn number 1 and 2. Then it's the Quaker Shaker, Rick Laubach, in the Beacon Building Products number 20 machine out on the Speedway as well for this next session. Stuart Friesen will be the first car to make his way around. Friesen 7th quick with a 17.627. First trip around for Brendan Darrow. 13th quick with an 18.733. First time for Laubach. Will be 12th quick with a 17.960. Stuart Friesen second time around for the 44 car. 5th quick with a 17.490. Tillmater, he'll take the checkered flag as he comes down the front straightaway. 14th quick with an 18.600. And then Rick Laubach's second lap. 8th quick for Scobie with a 17.625. Should be 6 cars remaining here in this qualifying session. Leading them out will be the Baldwinsville Bandit, Jimmy Phelps, in the J&B Installations car number 98H machine. Then it'll be the Danny's Pizza Pizzazz number 51 out of Neshannock Station, New Jersey. It's Ryan Krachin. And the 48-2 of the Big Show, Dave Rauscher, will make his way onto the Speedway as we get ready for this next session underway for the Super DIRTcar Series. Phelps going to make his way around off turn number 3 and 4. He'll be the first car to trip the white flag from Dave Farney, the Beeville Bandit. 4th quick, 17.377. Krachin, 15th quick with an 18.175. First lap coming around for the Big Show, Dave Rauscher. 16th quick with a 18.244. Rauscher out of Waterloo, New York. Phelps his second time around. Second quick for the Bandit with a 17.173. Krachin 12th quick with a 17.790. And the 48 of Rauscher second time around. He'll get across the flag stand and will be 16th quick with an 18.204. So Jimmy Phelps putting him on the pole for heat race number 4. But still the time to beat Billy Pouch Jr. with a 17.078. Of course, his dad, Billy Pouch, a Gator in both a big block modified and a sprint car here at Volusia Speedway Park. So Billy Pouch Jr. looking for his first one. As the next group comes out onto the Speedway, Jim Britt in the 70 car will make his way on the front straightaway. Then it will be the 14 of Brian Swarthout on the Speedway. And the 28 machine, the final car out there, that'll be Eric Lausier out of St. Cyril de Wendover, Quebec. As Britt slows, he'll pull into the infield off the backstretch, so something amiss on the 70 machine out of Palm Coast, Florida. So we'll still have Swarthout and Lausier on the Speedway, as they will get these 2 laps completed. That will complete our qualifying sessions this evening for the Super DIRTcar Series. Green flag coming out on the Speedway, the 14 of Brian Swarthout out of Beaver Dams, New York. Eric Lausier out there as well, driving one of the 2 team cars along with Mario Claire this weekend. As Swarthout will bring him through turn number 3 and 4. They'll get the white flag from Dave Farney this time by. We'll see what Swarthout's time is going to be. 17th quick for Swarthout, 18.482. Lausier, 19th quick with a 19.117. Swarthout will bring him around off turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Swarthout's time, he'll stay 17th quick with an 18.405. Faster on lap 2. Lausier will stay 19th quick with a 19.115. So that'll wrap things up for qualifying for the Super DIRTcar Series. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award winner out of Frenchtown, New Jersey. The driver of the number 1 machine, the kid's kid, Billy Pouch Jr. Billy Pouch Jr. going to be your fastest timer. He'll sit on the pole in heat race number 3 a little bit later tonight. But a good start for the kid's kid, as that's going to wrap things up for Super DIRTcar Series qualifying this evening, and it'll be all racing from this point forward, as the cars making their way off And like I said, that's going to wrap things up for qualifying this evening. So we'll be back in just a few minutes as we get ready to roll. Opening ceremonies coming up momentarily as you're watching coverage of Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals live on DIRTVision.